My best friend has a sparkling golden tail covered in delicate, shimmery scales. Her hair is so long that it falls over her shoulders and all over her back. Her home is under the turquoise blue seas. She is called Zaza, and she is a mermaid. I met Zaza when I went swimming one sunny day in the sea. The water was glistening and inviting, the golden sand soft beneath my feet. As I paddled slowly, going in a little bit deeper with each step, the water felt warm and welcoming. Suddenly, I felt something brush against my leg. For just a brief moment, I was frightened. But then a happy, smiley face popped out from under a wave. It was Zaza, with a big grin just like the ones you make when you are really happy. I saw her today, and she has asked me to say hello and play with you, to learn all about the wonders of her home under the sea. I love the sea. It makes me feel so happy. The waves are sometimes soft and gentle in the sand, or roaring wild, fierce and dangerous. How do you feel when you are near the sea? Do you just want to jump right in? Zaza and I love to play with the fish. Some are big, live alone and have large lips like the grouper. Others like to live in big groups. It's so much fun to swim through them. They shimmer silver and glittery as they move together as one. Some are as colourful as the parrots in the forests on land. With strong beaks they use to break the hard coral. Some, like this frogfish, make us laugh because they look so strange. Would you laugh if you saw one? Zaza has a seahorse that likes to come and hide in her hair. It is a silvery pink colour, like the palest sunset you have ever seen, and has a fiery red mane that looks like the flames of the sun. Did you know the seahorse is the only animal in the whole world where the male gives birth to the babies? Zaza has two best friends, Santa and Casper, who are twin dolphins. They let us ride on their backs, swimming so gracefully and fast, as if we flew through the water. We waved at the slow, shiny-backed turtle and to the crawling crab. The giant manta rays swam close above us, gliding over us with their huge wings. Zaza and I felt very special. The mantas were so friendly towards us and not scared at all. I asked Zaza, "Where are we going?" "To see the coral goddess," she called back. The coral goddess sits on a beautiful lotus flower made of blue coral, fish and other sea creatures. She lives in a marvellous underwater coral garden, and she blesses the corals, the seas and all that live in them. Zaza asked, "Do you know what coral is?" I will tell you. Corals are tiny animals called polyps, pol and then lips, polyps, and they live with many colourful little plants called zooxanthellae. Wow, that is a long, hard word. Corals provide the zooxanthellae with a home, whilst the zooxanthellae helps to provide food for the coral. Corals live closely with each other, sometimes millions and millions of them, to form a coral reef. Together they grow and make beautiful shapes where the animals and fish live. Zaza asks, "Do you know what a coral garden is?" A coral garden is full of all different types of coral, so pretty and colourful like the flowers in your garden. Zaza and I danced amongst the sea fans, playing in the underwater garden, surrounded by fish and all the creatures who are busy on the coral reef. Suddenly, a darkness came over us, like a big black rain cloud had covered the sun. Santa and Casper, our dolphin friends, stopped. Zaza and I looked up. We were underneath a big boat, and a large net came crashing into the sea. First the net opened out through the water and grew like a giant spider's web weaving a fly trap, wrapping around the fish, turtles and other sea creatures. We swam to help them, to guide them away from the net, but they still got caught, and no matter how much they wriggled, there was no escape. The net became full and started to move up to the surface, getting smaller as all the animals and fish were squeezed into a tighter and tighter ball. We watched helpless as Zaza's friends were pulled up and out of the sea. Everything was quiet and empty. Zaza started to cry, and I felt sad too. I gave her a big hug, and Casper and Santa comforted each other. We circled around under the boat. Then the boat made a big noise as the engine and the propeller started. Whoosh! It spun us upside down, like we were in a washing machine, around and around. As the boat hurried away, we were just recovering when we heard another loud crash, and over the edge of the boat the net came thundering back down, bundled up in a big ball. As the net sunk, it spread out, floating in the ocean. I spotted a bit of the net moving, and we rushed over to find a turtle struggling to get free. We could see it was very scared. Zaza and I swam around as quickly as we could to find something to cut the turtle loose. Santa, who is a very intelligent dolphin, found a sharp piece of broken coral which we used to cut the net, and the turtle swam away free. I could see Zaza was happy we had saved one friend. Zaza asked, "Can we take the net to land? Because if it is left floating in the sea, the animals, they cannot see it, so they will swim into it, get all tied up and drown." "Yes, we can do that," I said. Each of us started to gather the net and slowly swam towards the shore. As we got closer to the land, the net got heavier and heavier. There was so much rubbish in the sea, the net was collecting old bottle tops, plastic bottles, straws, lots of flip-flops and other crazy things. By the time we managed to push the net onto the shore, we were all exhausted. It was definitely time to go home. I waved goodbye to Zaza and she called back to me, "You can make a wish to the coral goddess." "Until next time," Zaza shouted, but all I saw was her tail disappearing into the sea. What is your wish to the coral goddess? Remember, we all saw her earlier. She lives under the water, blessing and protecting the seas and all who live there. Zaza and I would like you to close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, take a deep breath, and feel your wish. Zaza's wish is for the humans to stop leaving nets floating in the oceans. She hates that our friends get caught up in them and drown. One time, a merboy told me his wish. It was that the fish could breathe on land. They would come out of the ocean and put all the plastic from the sea into the streets and gardens of the towns and villages. What is your wish? Now close your eyes and put your hand on your heart. Take a deep breath. Imagine you are by the sea and blow your wish to the coral goddess. The waves, to the dolphins, whales and fish that live there. Zaza thanks you for caring about her story and your special magic wish. She has a special magic wish for you too. May you be bright as the moon on a dark, inky sea, and shine light on the earth like a star in the sky. May you care for the world and the places you can't see, for the friends of the deep and those high in the sky. You are amazing. You are the ones that can shine, because you know my world is yours and your world is mine.